Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. Well, started during the height of the 1930s Depression, America's Farm Bill has guided our country's food policy for decades. Now written to be renewed every 5 years, it's a piece of legislation that, while always debated, is never terribly controversial, in part because of the broad support it gets from rural conservatives, urban liberals, and those that benefit from its welfare provisions, whether it be corporate help to agribusiness or food stamps for the working poor. Yet this summer, when the Farm Bill came up for a procedural vote in the House of Representatives, it failed, and not by a small margin. Here's our Andy Barth.
Well, when the Republican-led House defeated the 5-year, $500 billion Farm Bill on a vote of 234 to 195, it left our nation's food policy in limbo.
Assess the situation. Look at the bill. Vote with me to move this forward. If you care about the consumers, the producers, the citizens of this country, move this bill forward.
Despite the best pleading of its author, the Farm Bill failed to get off the House floor, in great part due to not what was in the Farm Bill, but what wasn't.
The yeas are 195, the nays are 234. The bill is not passed.
Democrats voted overwhelmingly against the bill because it cut an estimated $2 billion annually from nutrition programs like SNAP or food stamps. But even so, the bill would still have passed if it were not for 62 Republicans who voted against the wishes of their own leadership. A forewarning of what may become a new reality: farm state lawmakers losing their grip on U.S. farm policy.
If it fails today, I can't guarantee that you'll see in this session of Congress another attempt.
It has something for everyone. And it's important to say that in order to be able to encourage urban and suburban legislators to understand that this is a bill that impacts their constituents just as much as it impacts somebody on a farm or ranch.
As U.S. Agricultural Secretary Tom Vilsack knows, that while called a farm bill, in actuality the legislation is more of a food bill. 80% of the dollars spent under the Farm Bill goes toward nutrition programs like SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, food stamps. That's 2% of the federal budget, serving about 46 million people, roughly 1 in 7 Americans. But who is on food assistance may surprise you. About 41% of SNAP recipients live with a person who has a job, and more than half, nearly 55%, are either under 18 or over 60. Essentially, the working poor and their dependents. And it was cuts here that ultimately doomed legislation and dimmed the hopes of a farm bill passing anytime soon.
No matter what part of the country, no matter whether they produce the food or consume the food, we have to meet those common needs in a responsible fashion.
Now, many of the Republicans who voted against the measure say they did so because it just costs too much, while Democrats say the $40 billion in cuts in nutrition programs went too far.
And late last week, the House voted by just 8 votes to pass the agricultural provisions of the Farm Bill without the nutrition portions included. A short-term solution that some believe could cause some long-term problems. That's because farm state lawmakers have used such feeding programs as a way to connect to more of their urban counterparts in Congress, so they in turn would support farm subsidies for their constituents. A little later, an interesting conversation I had with Farm Bill author and Oklahoma Congressman Frank Lucas. But first, when we return, some insights on why this piece of legislation matters to those who make their living on the land.